We've all got attention deficit disorder, ADD or OCD, or one of these disorders with 3 letters because we don't have the time and patience to pronounce the entire disorder. That should be a disorder right there. TBD, too busy disorder. What's with the sudden choice of disorders that we've got now? You know, when I was a kid, we just had crazy people. That's all, just crazy people. All the commercials on television now are for antidepressants, for Prozac or Paxil, and they get you right away. Are you sad? Do you get stressed? Do you have anxiety? Yes. Yes, I have all those things. I'm alive. I don't want to take a pill. Go to Africa. Go follow some bushman around. He's getting chased by a lion. That's stress. You're not going to find a pygmy on Paxil, I'll tell you that right now. I was watching the news the other day, brought to you by Paxil. Well, now I need it. Smart advertising. That's another thing, too. When I was a kid, the news was on once a day. You either caught it or you missed it. Now the news is on 24 hours a day. And that's not enough. They got a guy talking, and then there's a crawl down there. So you got that guy talking, you got the crawl going, you're online, you're putting in your opinion on your poll. No, I say to that, no! I said no, too, that's right. And then if you stop paying attention to the crawl, you go back to that guy for a minute, then you go back to the crawl and you catch the end of something. Madonna's left foot. What about Madonna's left foot? What happened? You're waiting for it to come back around again. Goes to commercial. Are you sad? Do you get stressed? There should just be one crawl that goes around over and over again. Things are getting worse. That's all we need. You know? And the local news, man, they want you to watch every broadcast they've got, don't they? It's not good enough you're watching the one you're watching. They do these teases to get you to watch later on that are so incredibly cruel. It could be the most deadly thing in the world, and you may be having it for dinner. We'll tell you what it is tonight at 11. Is it peas? I feel sorry for the newscasters, you know? We can turn it off, but that's their job, and they have to read these stories, and they're just coming up on the teleprompter. They don't know what's coming up, and they've got to go through this range of emotion that there were no survivors. And next, which candy bar helps you lose weight? Still to come is an asteroid headed towards Earth. But first, where to find the cheesiest pizza in town? Also, a disturbing new study finds that studies are disturbing. They're like schizophrenic by the end of the news, aren't they? No wonder they snap when they start talking to the weatherman. You've noticed it. It's everywhere. They go to some fantasy land when they start talking to the weatherman. And now let's go to Johnny with the weather. Johnny, when are you going to stop this rain and bring us some sunshine? I'll stop the rain when you stop the carjackings, Colleen. The weather is actually the happiest part of the news because at some point you're going to hear something positive. You're going to hear, it's a beautiful day, or it's going to be a beautiful day. And it's nice to take in something positive, you know, because we hear all this negative stuff all the time, and we go out into the world, and it's so chaotic, and we're not that we're going to notice if it's a beautiful day. We're moving too fast to even pay attention to that. And we need help to keep up with that pace, so we put a coffee shop here, and there's a coffee shop here, and a coffee shop here, and a coffee shop here, and the smallest coffee is a tall, and I'll have a coffee and a side of Red Bull, because I'm very, very busy. I've got TBD and I'm late for yoga. Hurry, hurry. That we're trying to even do yoga is a joke, isn't it? I mean, we're paying for silence. That's what we're doing with that time. We're paying for silence. I was in yoga the other day, and I'm in full lotus position, and my chakras are all aligned, and my mind is all cleared of all chatter, and I'm looking out of my third eye, and everything I'm supposed to be doing. It's amazing what comes up when you sit in that silence. Mama keeps whites bright like the sunlight. Mama's got the magic of Clorox, too. Can't stop that song. There is no silence. There's just constant noise all the time, and people are talking all the time, and even with all the talking, there's no communication. And even when we say, how are you, we don't mean how are you. We don't care. Just give us a fine or a good, a one-syllable answer, and move along. Yeah? And don't even say pretty good. That's a follow-up question. Pretty good. Something happened? I don't have time to what? We learn, we're conditioned not to engage in full conversation, you know, because as soon as you start to talk to somebody, somebody's cell phone's going to go off immediately. Thank God they got rid of those obnoxious rings, huh? And we certainly don't have full conversations on cell phones, you know. Usually the reception is so bad, but it's only bad on your side. The person talking to you has no clue. They're just rambling on and on. You've got your finger jammed in your ear, you're shushing people on the street, you're ducked behind a dumpster so you can hear about your friend's new haircut. What about the bangs? Are they shorter? Are the bangs shorter? The bangs! At least if there's static or something, you have a warning, you have an indication you're going to lose the call. You know, there's nothing worse than it being crystal clear reception, and you've been rambling on for who knows how long, only to find out that it cut out who knows how long ago. Then you learn. You're scared to ever have a full conversation ever again. You stop yourself in between. Hey, so we were going to go to the cheese shop. Hello? All right. And so we knew we were having white wine. Still there? All right. And I thought, what kind of cheese would be best? Did I lose you? All right. And I like Munster. Even if you're on a phone at home, you're going to be interrupted by something, by call waiting usually, which was invented as a convenience, but it's really turned into a many People's Choice Awards, hasn't it? And you find out right away who wins or loses. You're having a pleasant conversation with what you think is a good friend. You hear the click, they tell you to hold on, you're confident they're going to come back to you. And then they come back and they say, I've got to take this other call. You know what that means? They just said to the other person, let me get rid of this other call. That's what you just became. You don't have to get the call wait. You can let it go to voicemail. That's why we have voicemail, to catch those calls that we miss. The voicemail that I like the best is the one where you insert your name into it and then you end up sounding more like a robot than the robot. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Ellen is not available. Goodness. Is that how I say my name? Yeah, hi, I'd like to make reservations for dinner. There's 4 of us, and the name is Ellen. Oh. All this wireless technology, we can talk to anybody, anywhere, anytime, and we just take that for granted, you know? It wasn't that long ago that we had one phone in the house. Cord was just being invented back then. There was a shortage of cord. Maybe you had a foot or 2 from the wall to the phone. Back then, when you said you were on the phone, you were on the phone. Then the kitchen wall phone came along, kind of an avocado or a mustard green, usually a groovy color. There was a lot of cord. There was that 90-foot cord between the receipt. You could just walk all over the house talking on the phone. Clearing tables, wrapping around the dog. So that by the time you hung up that phone, it just became this giant ball of cord confusion right there. But what was fun is every so often you'd hold that cord and let the phone spin and find itself back again. Good times. We're losing the simple pleasures. We don't have that anymore. Now we have hands-free phones, so you can focus on the thing you're really supposed to be doing. You know, chances are if you need both of your hands to do something, your brain should be in on it too. No. Just me. It's technology. We have all these buttons.
Thank you, Seattle. Thank you and welcome, and thank you for a day without rain. I don't know how it happened. I want you to know that I just got some great news that I'm excited about. I just got a development deal picked up. It's a new reality show. It's an extreme makeover show for middle-aged lesbians called This Old Bull Dyke. We already have a sponsor. Wolverine Steel-Toed Boots has picked it up. We had another title, but the censors nixed it. It was originally going to be called Pimp My Muff. I am staying tonight or this week at the Hotel 1000, and I would like to talk for just a second about their toilets. They've got the best toilets ever, man. They're amazing. You won't even believe this if you've never seen one of these things. Number one, the seat is heated. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're used to a cold toilet seat and then you sit on a warm toilet seat, it's nice. It like relaxes your bowel muscles and kind of just helps you crap, you know. It's really nice. And then on the wall, there's some buttons, and one of them says rear cleansing and one of them says front cleansing. And there's a diagram of a guy sitting on a toilet with a stream of water shooting up his ass. So I pushed the button, and all of a sudden, I'm that guy. I am sitting on the toilet with a stream of water shooting up my ass, and it's amazing how accurate this thing is. I don't know if everybody's butthole's in the exact same place, but this thing has got me dead center. Then there's another button below that button, and it says oscillate, and I said, why not? Now I have a rotating stream of water shooting up my ass. And it was at that moment that I realized that 50 million gay men can't be wrong. I'm singing songs to this toilet. I'm in love. I honestly love you. My wife caught me spreading cake on my ass just so I could go wash it off. Is that cake? No. I gotta go to the bathroom. Don't wait up. I'm gonna try to tell you this story. This happened on Tuesday. I'm going home from the PetSmart in the car with 2 dogs and a wife, and my wife says I got to stop at the bank, and I say shit or whatever I said. Because I don't go in the bank. Everybody knows that. I stay in the car with the dogs, and she says I'll be, 5 minutes, but there's absolutely no such thing as 5 minutes with this woman. And she goes in, and I know the dogs need to pee, and at our bank there's one piece of manicured lawn that has 2 signs that both say, no dogs. So I took my dogs over there. This guy comes waddling out of the bank with a big scowl on his face, and he goes, the sign says no dogs. I said, the sign's wrong. That sign should say 2 dogs. I saw a commercial the other day, and I really don't understand the organization, and I really don't understand who they think they're ever going to help. And it was for a company called www.don'tshakeababy.com. Now, I'm not going to get up here and take a big pro-baby shaking stance, so you can go ahead and relax, Seattle. But I don't know who they're supposed to help, because if you're such an inbred meth head shithook that you would consider shaking a baby, the only thing that's going to help you is a beheading. No. Now, I know there's people in the audience tonight going, but Ron, what if the baby's asking for it? Don't shake a baby. What if I can't find my car keys and I've looked everywhere? Yeah, even then. I went on to www.don'tshakeababy.com, and they have links to similar websites. They have a link to www.don'tstickyourdickinaToaster.com, and they have a link to www.don'tshoveaferretinyouраss.com. And there's a lot of reasons why you don't want a ferret in your ass, because they're not like gerbils. They've got fangs and claws and a lot of shit you don't need in your ass, man. I got a ferret in my ass right now. I was at the hotel on the toilet a while ago, and he popped his head out of my butt, started washing his face in that little oscillating stream of water. Is that cake? No! Certainly not cake. I got a little trouble. Did you guys hear anything about that? I'll tell you what happened. I had 2 sold-out shows in Fort Pierce, Florida, and we were going to land in Vero Beach, Florida, and I have an airplane that you guys bought me. Thank you. It's nice. It is really cool. And we land at Vero Beach, and when we land, I look out the window, and there's 3 cops standing there, and which is no big deal to me because cops love me, and so do firemen. And a lot of times I'll get a police escort from the airport to the venue, and this wasn't one of those times. I got out of the plane, and there was a cop there, and he said, Mr. Wyatt, we've been told that there are drugs on this plane by an anonymous tip. And I said, there are absolutely no drugs on that plane. Now, I did have a little bit of weed in my bag, but I wasn't on the plane, so technically I'm not lying to this guy. And, he goes, well, do you mind if we search the aircraft? And I said, you absolutely cannot search this aircraft unless you have probable cause, because I still have civil liberties, you know what I mean? I do. And they said, okay, well, we just want the drug dog to walk by it a couple times. And I said, fine. And the drug dog walks by a couple times. And the guy goes, well, the dog gave us a signal that there are drugs on the plane. And I'm like, no, he didn't. That dog didn't do anything. I was staring straight at him. He didn't wink, blink, oof a paw. What's his signal, a blank stare? That's all he did. Because the dog says there's drugs on the plane. I'm like, well, I said there wasn't drugs on the plane. Who are you going to believe, me or the... Fuck, never mind, you know? Now, I've got a show to go to. They spend an hour and a half going through this plane. An hour and a half, and I'm just sitting there going, oh, come on. And they get finished. Of course, there is no drugs on the plane, and I knew there wasn't. And I assume now they're going to let me go, and I'll go do my show. And I was like, well, that's fine, you know, whatever. And then they go, well, now the dog needs to sniff that bag on your shoulder. And I was like, ruh-roh. They found 7/8 of a gram of marijuana in my bag. Now, when I have 7/8 of a gram of marijuana, I consider myself to be out of marijuana. That is no weed. And it's medical marijuana. It was prescribed to me by a doctor in California where I live. And I told the cop that, and he said, well, what did you tell a doctor to get a prescription for marijuana? And I said, well, the doctor said, do you have any symptoms that marijuana helps alleviate? And I said, well, I get bummed when I run out of weed. Marijuana cures that. They handcuffed me and put me in the back of a cop car and took me to jail. Now, I'm not whining about that. I broke the law. That's fine. But fuck, this is Florida. These cops drove by 3 meth labs and a dead hooker just to get there. They processed me through county jail. Now, for whatever reason, I had a bunch of cash on me. I'd been on the road for a while. And now they got to count it in front of me. And this guy comes over and he goes, hey, man, I'm going to have to count that money and you're going to have to watch. And I'm like, fuck, not you. No. This money's in banded $5,000 stacks. And he picks one of them up and he goes, 1 Mississippi. He didn't really say Mississippi, but he fucking could have. 2 Mississippi. And I go, you can't do it that way. It'll take forever. Just take the band off and start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you get to 50, that's 5,000. Then just start the next stack. And he goes, that's a good idea. That's what he said. So he counts the second stack and he goes, hey, buddy, wait a minute. There's only 42 in this one. I said, oh, that's okay. Just get 8 more out of this one. Put it in this one. Now you have 2 stacks of 50. That's $10,000. I'm teaching this motherfucker how to count. So I was in jail for an hour and a half, and I don't know how word gets out so fast, but when I walk out of the jail, there's a big truckload of kids, and they have these signs that say, free tater.
How many fellas out here with a thick one with them tonight? Make some noise. Where you at? Should be a few more y'all clapping. You know I can see you, right? I'm gonna ask one more time before I start pointing niggas out. How many in here with a thick one tonight? Make some noise. Oh, okay then. All right then. Did you clap? Okay, I'm making sure you clap. There we go. All right. This nigga all under the seat with it. You ever take a thick woman to the hood? That shit's stressful than a motherfucker. Them hood niggas don't give a fuck you with her. They be circling that motherfucker like. I be standing there like I don't see none of that shit. I ain't getting shot over this motherfucking nigga. Putting they dick all on her thigh and shit. You just gonna let them do that to me? I'm gonna take this call, I'll be right back. I don't think I'm where I need to be at in my career and shit, you know. I think I'm almost there, but I ain't really there and shit, you know. I can tell I'm not there because I still got a flyer guy. I think if you still got a motherfucker making flyers for you, you ain't really where you really want to be at in life. Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock can post they shit one time. World tour, hour later, sell out. Me, I gotta make individual flyers for every city I go to and try to appease to them, you know? Hey, Memphis, I know you like barbecue. Check this slab out tonight at the Comedy Club. Me and some nasty motherfuckers, boy, we are. You know what we do when we go pee? Any toilet we see and we get to it, if it's something on the inside rim of that toilet, we gotta piss it off. It's gotta happen. It turned into a game instantly. I don't give a fuck what it is, gum, toilet paper. It could be somebody else's shit, we don't care. As soon as we see it, we be like, oh. We don't move, nigga, we froze right on that spot, pissing. When you run out of piss, you be mad as shit, like, no, 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 no. I lost. Let me go get another beer. Who in here used to be racist? Niggas in here like, used to be. Still is, nigga. You know what some racist shit is in hotels? Overhead showers. You ever check into a hotel and they got that motherfucker to come out the ceiling straight down? That's some racist shit. Yeah, they ain't thinking about niggas. No, they not. They thinking about white folks. When I see shit like that, that let me know ain't no black people on the board over there. If it was, it'd be one nigga like, I don't know. This shit here coming straight from the ceiling. Man, niggas don't want that. Water hit our hair first, then the rest of our, no. White folks like that. That make them feel like they in a rainforest or waterfall. No, niggas want that spout out the wall where the water descend down and we can decide how much water we want on our head, if any. If any. You know, those straight out the ceiling shit. Now you got motherfuckers washing up like this in that motherfucker. This white woman called me a NILF. I was like, bitch, I'll never be your neighbor. You ain't got no money, you live next door to me, bitch. You was thinking neighbor, right, ma'am? Excuse me, white lady, you was thinking neighbor? Would you like to answer the question or get fucked up? You want to answer the question or get fucked up tonight? Which one? You want to answer the question? Answer. Neighbor? All right, there we go. Appreciate that. She's still racist, too. You ain't black to me unless you got a case of water on the floor at home. That's how I test niggas' blackness when I get to their house. I walk around with my hands behind my back like, can I see your pantry, please? Or laundry room, they the same, I think. That case of water be dusty to the motherfucker. Niggas never drink that water, boy. Be using it as a stepladder now and shit, nigga. Listen up, white folks. If you go to a black person's house and you use their bathroom, and in that bathroom you see some clean, crispy white towels hanging up. You bet not touch them motherfuckers. Them for sure. You use your clothes like everybody else. Tonight, fellas, when you go home with your girl and y'all about to get it in and get it popping and shit like that, and she want to get all the way naked, don't let her get naked. Don't let her get naked. No, no. This could be your wife, whoever. Don't let her get all the way naked. Tell her to keep them panties on. Yes. Something about a pair of panties on, man. Make you feel like you ain't supposed to be doing this. Or like you ain't got enough time. Yeah, tell her to keep them panties on, goddammit. And just hook them motherfuckers to the side. A nice hookening, just. Yeah. Catch her at night when she brushing her teeth at the sink, you know, before she go to bed. That's if yours brush her teeth at night. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. There's a whole bunch of you good night hoes in here right now. Wrap your hair up. Good night. Ain't brush shit but your edges, motherfucker. She brushing her teeth, come behind her, nigga, smack her on that ass and shit. She be like, what you doing? Hook the motherfuckers over and slide in the motherfuckers, yeah. Now, the elastic from them panties gonna eat that dick up on the left side. Oh yeah, it's gonna chafe the shit out that dick, but keep going, nigga, you a soldier, go. Go! No burn, no earn, nigga, roll. I got some jokes I'm gonna read for y'all real quick.